Good evening and welcome to your news update. I'm Bismil, and here's the latest in today's headlines. Over the weekend, President-elect Donald Trump suggested that the United States should retake control of the Panama Canal, sparking international controversy. The Panama Canal has been under Panama's control since 1999, originally constructed by the U.S. and opened in 1914. A 1977 agreement handed it over to Panama, with full control assumed nearly 25 years ago. Trump's remarks were made through social media, accusing Panama of charging exorbitant rates. He argued it was unfair given the U.S. historical contributions. Trump also raised concerns about China's influence in the region. Panama's government rejected the suggestion, reaffirming the canal's sovereignty. The Panama Canal remains a key national asset for Panama, connecting the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. This situation highlights ongoing tensions in U.S.-Latin American relations. In a major shift, Cadbury has lost its royal warrant for the first time in 170 years. The Birmingham-based company was first granted the royal warrant by Queen Victoria in 1854. However, under King Charles III's reign, Cadbury has been stripped of this honor. The royal warrant is a mark of approval for companies that supply goods to the monarchy. Since King Charles took the throne, many companies have seen changes, including Cadbury's parent company, Mondelez International. A spokesperson for Mondelez expressed disappointment but respected the king's decision. Despite the setback, Cadbury remains committed to its operations in the UK and internationally. Urgent need for humanitarian aid. Since Russia's invasion of Ukraine in February 2022, over 6.8 million Ukrainians have fled the country, seeking refuge in neighboring nations and beyond. As the war drags on into its third year, refugees face not only the trauma of conflict but also an uncertain future. Many have found temporary housing in countries like Poland, Germany, and the Czech Republic, but the strain on resources is becoming increasingly evident. Thousands are still living in overcrowded camps, while others are facing the harsh realities of integration, such as limited job opportunities, and the challenge of learning new languages and adapting to different cultures. Aid organizations are working tirelessly to provide food, medical care, and psychological support, but the long-term outlook for these refugees remains precarious. In some areas, there are concerns about the mental health impacts of living in prolonged displacement, with many refugees struggling to rebuild their lives after losing everything they once had. The international community has provided substantial aid to Ukraine and its people, but as the war continues without a clear end in sight, the future for these millions of refugees is filled with uncertainty. With winter setting in and economic pressures rising, the plight of Ukrainian refugees is expected to remain a global humanitarian focus in the months ahead. That's all for today's broadcast. Stay tuned for more updates on these stories as they develop. Thank you for joining us, and from all of us here, we wish you a peaceful evening.